Welcome to Devotions in Proverbs. Today is Proverbs 4, and it's about a father's wisdom and, most importantly, to guard your heart. Let me read through Proverbs 4 for us today. My children, listen when your father corrects you. Pay attention and learn good judgment, for I am giving you good guidance. Don't turn away from my instruction. For I, too, was once my father's son, tenderly loved as my mother's only child. My father taught me, take my words to heart. Follow my commands and you will live. Get wisdom, develop good judgment. Don't forget my words or turn away from them. Don't turn your back on wisdom, for she will protect you. Love her and she will guard you. Getting wisdom is the easiest thing you can do, and whatever else you do, develop good judgment. If you prize wisdom, she will make you great. Embrace her and she will honor you. She will place a lovely wreath on your head. She will present you with a beautiful crown. My child, listen to me and do as I say, and you will have a long, good life. I will teach you wisdom's ways and lead you in straight paths. When you walk, you won't be held back. When you run, you won't stumble. Take hold of my instructions. Don't let them go. Guard them, for they are like the key to life. Don't do as the wicked do, and don't follow the path of evildoers. Don't even think about it. Don't go that way. Turn away and keep moving, for evil people can't sleep until they've done their evil deed for the day. They can't rest until they cause someone to stumble. They eat the food of wickedness and drink the wine of violence. The way of righteousness, or righteous, is like the first gleam of dawn, which shines even brighter until the full light of day. But the way of the wicked is like total darkness. They have no idea what they're stumbling over. My child, pay attention to what I say. Listen carefully to my words. Don't lose sight of them. Let them penetrate deep into your heart, for they bring life to those who find them and healing to their whole body. Guard your heart above all else, for it determines the course of your life. Avoid all perverse talk. Stay away from corrupt speech. Look straight ahead and fix your eyes on what lies before you. Mark out a straight path for your feet. Stay on the safe path. Don't get sidetracked. Keep your feet from following evil. And the key verse for today, verse 23, guard your heart above all else, for it determines the course of your life. You know, as a father wanting to teach his own children, it's true. You know, we tell our children a lot of things. We guide them. We tell them, this is what you should do, this is what you shouldn't do. And kids will say, why? Why do I have to do what you say? Why do I have to do this? Why do I have to do this? Why do I have to do that? And, you know, as a parent, I don't like to explain myself a lot, because I know deep down inside, this is what's good for you. Do it. Follow my instructions. I'm like, why? I don't want to do it. Why? Like my son the other day, he was saying, I don't want to play piano anymore. Why do I have to play piano? And I told him, you don't have to, but in this family, you have to. This is something you have to do. You breathe, you play piano. Why? Because music is important for us. It's a skill. I don't think I've ever seen a 40-year-old man ever regret learning how to play piano. I'm one of them. My parents forced me to play piano when I was a kid. I hated piano. When I was younger, my sister told me, hey, tell mom and dad that you quit. And so I walked up to my parents and said, Dad, I quit. And so he let me quit. A couple months later, he put me in private lessons. And I just accepted it as my fate. I was surprised when I got out. I'm like, wait, you guys don't know this? Everybody knows piano, right? I guess unless you're Asian. I know that's kind of racist, but it's true. As most Asians would have, their parents would have them learn music. Why? And I think it's as important is because when you follow in your dad's direction or your father's and mother's leadership, it benefits you. I play piano and a few other instruments well because I've kept it with me this whole time. And I'm able to use it for church, but even more so. See, playing music helps you bridge between the left and right hemisphere. It helps your brain process things. It gives you the ability to not give up when you're facing problems, because as a musician, when you see this huge, big piece, what do? You break it down, section by section. And if you have problems with a section, you go line by line. If you have problems with that whole line, phrase by phrase. If you have problems with a phrase, you could go measure by measure. And if you have problems with that measure, it's note by note. But the key thing about piano, which is great, is that it teaches you, or teaches me, that whatever obstacles that we face, if we hunker down and we do like what that Proverbs say, or that question or that saying goes, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. It's impossible to eat an elephant in one go. However, if you take the time, you can get through it. And that's what it teaches you. And so when my parents forced me to learn music, and I didn't understand and I didn't care because I wanted to play. If I went that route, I would have lost out on a lot of abilities that I have now. And my ability to do many other things based on the mental, strenuous exercise of learning music has helped me be able to do now. And I pointed it to other people too, like, my brother-in-law, he's a doctor, but he's also a musician. I think all my brother-in-laws are musicians, actually. My sister plays music, but then they're all successful people. Music, I'm sure, had a huge part in their development. Lamb from Anaheim Church, who led worship, he's a doctor and he plays beautifully. And there's something to be said about music and the things that our parents teach us mainly that help us go through life. But we have to seek what's right, and we have to follow in the path of our parents, because what they do for us, for the most part, is for our benefit. If you have good parents and parents who love us, they may force us and correct us and do a lot of things that we don't like, but these things help us become better people, and it helps us to develop our skills. And so with all the things, pay attention to what I say. Listen carefully to my words. Do not lose sight of them. This is verse 20 and 21, 22. For they bring life to those who find them and healing to their whole body. If we listen to the word of God, we walk in the righteous path. We don't follow the wicked ways. Don't even think about doing or going the path of the evil ways. When we keep moving, we turn away from those things, we keep moving, we do what is right, God will bless us. So one of the most important thing is to do what? Key verse for today. If you have a verse you want to ponder on, write down verse 23. It says this: guard your heart above everything else, for it determines the course of your life. Your heart is the most important thing because it's where the seed of desire comes. If your heart is desiring something that is not right, and you haven't guarded your heart, and you're pursuing something with your whole being into something that's wrong or something that's detrimental to you, that's what it's going to yield. Destruction. But if you guard your heart above all else, and you keep it aligned with the Word of God, with the teaching of those who've gone before you, the ones who have wisdom due to age and understanding, they may not understand all these technical things. I mean, even for myself right now, did I ever get into TikTok? Which it's 2020 right now, and everybody loves TikTok, except now I think India just banned it because they have a scuffle with China. And it's a Chinese app, so they may be following you and doing other things. But do I post anything on there? No. Do I do any TikTok dances? No, I don't. I may not understand all the technical stuff that's coming out right now, but there is wisdom that comes from living 4 decades of life. Now, I may not be as smart as the 60-year-old or as wise as the 60-year-old, but there is some wisdom that I've gained going through what I've gone through. And so what we need to do is to guard our hearts above everything in our life, because whatever we desire, if it's not safe, if it's not right, then it will lead to us pursuing something that may be wasted later on. Imagine walking up a ladder, taking step by step on each rung to get to the level that you want to get to and reach the goals that you want to get to, all the way to the top. And then what ends up happening is you find out your destination wasn't pleasing and it's not what you wanted. There's 2 ways of going down. 1, the quick way. You fall flat on your face and you go down. 2, the slow way, where you have to painstakingly redo every single thing you've done to go down, and then to go up to the ladder that's going up the right way and start going up that way. Up to you. One thing about wisdom that I've noticed and I've realized is that wisdom is there for us. It's not hard to find, like I said earlier a few days ago. But it's whether or not we apply the wisdom that matters. We can't say the Bible doesn't work, God doesn't listen to me when I pray, or whatever, Christianity doesn't work, if we're not truly living it out, if we're not truly diving into it. So don't blame the book, blame the person. There's no such thing as stupid questions, just stupid people. Is that right? If you got offended by that, sorry. But if it's true, deal with it, change your questions. No, but going back to this thing, the most important thing is to what? Guard our hearts above all else, for it determines the course of our life. I usually say to people, whatever you see, your senses, goes into your mind. Your mind processes it, and then from the process, it comes to the seat of desire. Once it comes to the seat of desire, it goes back into the brain, and then out back to the hands and feet and your sensory, so you could do whatever it is you do. But the heart is at the central point of everything that we do, and we must guard it. If we see something that's not good, turn away. If we do something that's not good, stop doing it. Because once it gets into our minds, it becomes a habit. Again, back to the music thing again too. When you learn music wrong, muscle memory becomes to settle in, and you end up playing things wrong. Same thing with any activity. You know, if you're running wrong, you're playing golf wrong, you're throwing a football wrong, muscle memory just locks it in, and you have to retrain yourself to do something right. Save some time. Don't do the wrong thing. Seek out God, guard your heart, and listen to the advice of those who come before us. Alrighty, see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye-bye.